Hi everyone. I just made another barrel. This one is made of hard maple. It's a 62.5 millimeter barrel for summer recital. The reason for trying this specific wood was it's very light compared to grenadilla, and I first had this idea to make this barrel. Um, I have a couple good friends who are experiencing hand pain while they play because of the weight of the instrument due to their pre-existing condition or their age and whatnot. So I thought this would be an interesting experiment to see if the weight of the barrel will actually change anything in a positive way. But anyway, compared to grenadilla, it's a lot easier to machine. Um, when you're boring or when you're drilling the hole, the drill doesn't heat up as much because the wood is a lot less dense than grenadilla. And this you can find pretty much anywhere. Um, Whereas grenadilla, it's a little trickier to find, especially good kind, because you'll find a lot of hardwood places in the United States. They'll sell you grenadilla, but it's actually ebony. It's not grenadilla. So, and it's really hard to tell. The one way to tell is by the smell of it when you turn it, because when it gets heated, as you cut it, you can smell the wood, and ebony and grenadilla, in my opinion, distinctly. I smell distinctly different. Grenadilla has like a sweeter sound. I'm sorry, a sweeter smell, and ebony is, yeah. Grenadilla is a kind of like chocolatey smell. Ebony is, well, it's not too different, but it's you definitely know it's not grenadilla. And maple smell, I think everyone knows once they smell it. They're like, oh, that's maple, because it's used in like carpentry like all the time and making cabinets and chairs and desks and whatever. So but yeah, so and that being said, another reason for making a barrel out of this is um, yeah, grenadilla is, if anything, always becoming more and more rare, and I don't want to say it's extinct, but I guess like more and more, yeah, rare. So why not try to use a wood that's very, very, very available? So anyway, so here's the grenadilla barrel. Okay, and then here's the maple. And to me, it definitely sounds and feels very different. Not as different as I thought it would be, and it's not as light as I thought it would be, but it's definitely a lighter sound and feel. And I feel like the sound energy transmission when you blow is not as efficient, and I'm convinced that it's because the wood, I mean, it's a lot more porous in here than grenadilla, so there's a lot more interruption in the air as it travels through the bore. And I imagine there's a lot of energy being lost when you blow air through here and it travels through here and then goes here, because there's no tight metal rings here. There's carbon fiber rings that are reinforcing, but it's not actively pushing in as much as like those metal rings. And yeah, and there's no rings around here, so I don't know, probably vibrates more than this. Just my feeling, really. What else? Let me play a little bit more. don't know. But this one I'm going to send to one of the friends I was talking about earlier pretty soon. I'm not sure how the board is gonna hold to moisture. Usually wood like this, you know, when it gets exposed to moisture, it gets kind of like furrier inside, because as the wood gets exposed to moisture, it wants to be drawn to moisture. So I tried to sand it and buff it as well as I could, but and also, you know, waxed it and oiled it and all that stuff. So anyway, so here is the maple barrel enforced by 2 carbon fiber rings. So yeah, it's again very matte finish. I didn't put like a CA or polyurethane or anything like that, just oil, linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, and carnauba wax. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.